They laughed when I reached for the bill, but I only paid for myself. The waiter's smile said it all. Hey, I'm really glad you're here. If this is your first time on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and share this video with someone who enjoys a great story. It means more than you think and really helps the channel grow. And while you're at it, drop a comment letting me know where you're tuning in from. Your city, your country, wherever you are. I love seeing just how far these stories travel. Alright, let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Setup. I should have seen the trap. But when your in-laws ask you to book a reservation for their 35th anniversary and promise they'll handle the bill, you listen. Especially if, like me, you've spent years trying to win their approval. Go somewhere classy, Armin, my father-in-law declared over the phone. This is a once-in-a-lifetime celebration. His voice was rich with authority. He was the type of man who barked instead of spoke. Faris Rahim, self-made businessman, eternal showman. His wife Tabinda chimed in sweetly. Beta, we've got this. Just reserve a good place. We'll take care of everything. Slick rehearsed lies. But I didn't see them for what they were. I agreed because I wanted to be seen as the dutiful son-in-law. I wanted my wife, Zoya, to look at me with pride when her parents praised me. That moment of validation had always felt just out of reach. Every time I thought I was close, they moved the goalposts. So I booked La Toile Marquis, the most exclusive restaurant in the city, where foreign dignitaries dined and where the menu didn't list prices. Because if you had to ask, you couldn't afford it. Chapter 2. The Turning Point. We arrived dressed like a royal delegation. Zoya was stunning in a forest green silk dress. I wore my best tailored suit. Faris and Tabinda looked like they were auditioning for a luxury fashion campaign. Diamond earrings, velvet shawls, imported loafers. From the moment we stepped inside, they acted like they owned the place. Faris barked out jokes, demanded the sommelier's best pour, and requested dishes not on the menu. Tabinda fluttered her eyelashes at the waiter and ordered golden truffle soufflés like they were breadsticks. They laughed loudly, took selfies, toasted to themselves. I stayed silent, polite, the outsider as always. Then came the bill. A sleek leather folder was placed on the table with all the weight of a guillotine. Faris didn't open it. He pushed it toward me casually, grinning. Actually, son, he said. Bit of a situation. Left my wallet at home. Both of ours, actually. Tabinda giggled. Oh, come on. It's all in the family. They laughed. Again. But I didn't. I leaned back slowly in my chair, placed my hands on the table, and said calmly. Chapter 2. The Turning Point. The laughter died instantly. Faris blinked. I spoke evenly. I didn't order a single dish tonight. This bill is yours. Tabinda leaned in sharply. You're not serious, Armin. You're going to humiliate your wife's parents in public. I didn't flinch. You humiliated yourselves. It came because you said you were treating us. You made this show for others, not me. You used me. The waiter hovered uncomfortably. I nodded to him. Please split the bill. I'll cover my own seat. Nothing more. He nodded slowly, professionally. Of course, sir. Faris's mouth opened, then closed again. His cheeks turned crimson. You don't know who you're talking to, he hissed. I do, I replied. I just don't care anymore. Chapter 3. The Public Price of Arrogance. Silence swept across the restaurant. Not the warm kind, the kind that slices. Phones were being raised discreetly. A man at the bar was definitely recording. The waiter returned. My share. 7,500 Indian rupees. I paid it without blinking. Theirs. 192,500 Indian rupees. Faris stared at the slip like it might vanish. This is insane, he muttered. It's reality, I replied. Tabinda leaned over, venom in her voice. You're destroying this family's respect. I stood calmly adjusting my cufflinks. You destroyed that when you turned me into your emergency credit card. You've insulted my work, mocked me at gatherings, and tonight, you tried to trap me. Zoya hadn't spoken. She watched everything wide-eyed. Then I added, "Also, I informed the restaurant not to delete their surveillance footage. If either of you tries to storm out, cause a scene or vanish, I will press charges." Ferris paled. Tabinda gasped. The manager arrived, discreet and smooth. "Is there a payment issue?" Ferris stammered. "Our wallets, there." "Sir," the manager interrupted gently, "we'll need payment tonight, or authorities will be involved." Now it wasn't just a scene. It was a spectacle. I turned to the manager. "I'll cover their bill if they do one thing first." Ferris's eyes lit up. "Yes. They apologize." Loudly. "Me. For everything." Tabinda nearly fainted. "You want us to grovel?" I leaned in. "I want the truth. Or the cops." Ferris glanced around. Every pair of eyes in the room was on him. And then, the moment I'll never forget. He stood and said, voice trembling, "I apologize to my son-in-law for using him, mocking him, and failing to treat him with respect." Tabinda stood beside him. "We're sorry," she whispered. "We were wrong." I turned to the manager. "Put it on my card." As I signed, I said quietly to Ferris, "That's the last thing I'll ever pay for on your behalf." Zoya and I walked out together. Chapter 4. The Last Receipt. We didn't speak on the ride home. Not out of anger. Out of clarity. When we got inside, Zoya finally broke the silence. "I saw them tonight. For who they really are." She looked at me, voice trembling but steady. "They've used guilt like a leash my whole life. I thought that's just what parents did. But tonight you gave me back my voice. That was all I needed." Epilogue. The anniversary they'll never forget. The clip went viral. A stranger at the bar posted it online. Captions like "The son-in-law's revenge" and "Don't dine like kings with empty pockets" blew up. Ferris's business partners distanced themselves. One issued a public statement about mismatched values. Tabinda's elite women's circle revoked her honorary position. Relatives began reaching out to Zoya privately, apologizing for years of silence. Ferris and Tabinda never called. They tried hosting another anniversary dinner months later. No one showed. As for us, we moved. Smaller place, no theatrics, no pressure. Just peace. One night we stood on our new balcony. Zoya said, "I feel lighter." Smiled. That's what happens when you stop carrying people who were never your responsibility. We didn't toast. We didn't party. We stood in silence, the kind that feels like freedom. Final words. When people ask what happened that night, I just say, it was the most expensive dinner they never paid for, and the most valuable lesson I ever served. What would you have done? Let us know in the comments. If this story hit home, like, share, and subscribe for more tales of truth, justice, and poetic endings. Stay sharp. Stay self-respecting. And always remember, some debts are better left unpaid.